Everybody, we are back with another review, and today we're going to be checking out my top 5 world's smallest toys brought to you by Super Impulse. So without further ado, let's hop right into this review and let's check out some pretty cool miniatures that are retro toy variety. I think you guys are going to really like the types of stuff that I got for this top 5. So let's start off with number 5, which is going to be these mini arcades that they actually do. And check this out. So this one is Pac-Man. It actually has a lit marquee up here. You can actually see the lights underneath there. It's actually pretty bright. There you go. You can see a little bit of it. But here is Pac-Man. Again, it's a fully playable Pac-Man game, honestly. How sick is this, though? Like, you can literally play the game. Like, how crazy is this? So, and it's a little Pac-Man arcade game that I guess is also a keychain, or meant to be a keychain, but I took that thing right off as soon as I got this. I think this thing is super dope, especially great for standing up next to figures, but nonetheless, it is still a nice little mini arcade cabinet. I like the little touch right here that they added with the marquee lighting up. I think that's kind of neat as well. But again, super dope. I definitely dig these, and you could, again, just leave it and it'll just play, which is pretty dope as well. So you can kind of just have it on in the background. If you were to, like, let's say, do like a photo or something with an action figure, it would still be on even though you're not engaging it. But again, pretty dope, and nonetheless, it's a mini Pac-Man game. I think it's probably the smallest you could possibly get without changing up the screen to something a little bit high caliber, I guess you could say. But needless to say, it's the smallest I guess you could probably display Pac-Man on with this type of price point, I guess you could say, on that. So next, let's check out these Hot Wheels, because I really dig the Hot Wheels. Here is the box that these other Super Impulse ones that we're going to check out today come in. These are little, like, mystery blind boxes, if you would. So like I said, they have a whole catalog of those. We've reviewed quite a few on here, but let's check out some of these Hot Wheels. So the first one I ended up scooping up was actually this Purple Passion. Now, I dig these Hot Wheels miniatures that they do, because it's got like a hard backer board, and you're able to re-put the car back in. And it also has this little pull-out right here, a little plastic pull-out you can see. And that allows you to basically get the car out and re-put it back in there. And then it has a little plastic door back here. So again, a nice hardback. Any Hot Wheels fan, this is right at their alley. So we got a little Purple Passion right there. Whoop, a little close to the camera there. A little Purple Passion, pretty dope. And then also we ended up picking up the Rally case, which is super dope. That comes with like some random generic muscle car, but it does have like some super huge shaker hood, which is pretty dope. And again, I mean, if you're a Hot Wheels fan, this is right up your alley. Because, I mean, check this thing out. I mean, this had to have reminded you of your childhood, having this little Rally case. And you could put 2 in each bay. I don't know if I'd recommend it. You can, like, squeeze them in there. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just meant to hold 6, I would say. But it says that it's meant to hold 12, which is kind of weird. So, 12-car Rally case. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend necessarily doubling up on them, but it's something that you can carry 6 around. And then something else that we ended up scooping up from the Hot Wheels line, the Mattel line, if you would. This is the racetrack. So this one's pretty dope too. So again, we've done some pretty good reviews on some of their toys, and I dig a lot of their stuff. This has this basic clamp in here, which you could pretty much clamp to anything. And then it basically will hold the top of your track, so you can create the slope that you want for your little racers. And it comes with quite a few inches of track here. It's got 3 on each side there. It's even got the joiners. Here's the finishing line right here, and it even comes with 2 cars, which one of them I believe is actually a Purple Passion. And then they also give you another generic muscle car, maybe a Mustang or something. I'm not too sure on that one. And then we got another Purple Passion. This one's pink. So you got the pink and the purple Passion. That's pretty dope, right? So again, pretty cool on that. I like these little miniature Hot Wheels. I think these are really cool. And the racetrack is actually fully functional, which is super nice. Again, something that's fully functional like this is something, it has a little bit more of a purpose to it than something that's just miniature just for the sake of being miniature, if that makes any sense. All right, next thing we're going to check out, I want to move on to something that's actually a singular toy that came in one of these blind boxes. It was one of their first wave toys along with the Hot Wheels, but it was one of my favorites actually, because when I saw it, I was like, it's the Glowworm. So the Glowworm actually glows. Check this out. Where's the button? There it is. So you can see its face actually lighting up, and it's got that same body style. I mean, they pretty much identically made the Glowworm, which is pretty sick on that. I mean, you even got the zipper back here. It's not a real functional zipper, but they put it back there because they know that's what the fan wants. It's a felt body. It's got a button right here on the second nodule of the Glowworm. And again, it's got a little knit hat. Face glows up. I thought this was totally dope that they did that. Again, in their first wave, they did some pretty cool stuff in their first wave. Here's their first wave right here. This is the Rubik's Cube one was neat, but they actually, and it actually like has like a case that it opens up and you could take the cube out, but then it's normally like a keychain. The Care Bear is kind of cool if you're a Care Bears fan. I'm sure that's awesome. There was a Mad Ball keychain, which was all right. The Magic 8 Ball is pretty dope. There was a Tinker Toy and Lincoln Logs. Those are kind of cool too. You could pretty much build like one thing unless you had multiple sets to put together. And then there was the Kendama, which is a little game, which is kind of cool. But again, their first wave of these things, so this was something that came out of that, along with the Hot Wheels. The Hot Wheels were pretty famous for them, I guess. They brought in some pretty cool stuff, and I think they started evolving their line, and now they have tons of toys. I mean, their toy lines are extremely extensive, as well as their licensing. So let's talk about the next thing, which actually is going to move on to the next waves, which was figures. So they started dropping these figures. Here is He-Man. Check out He-Man. So we got that retro-inspired figure right there. We got He-Man, and again, just like the Hot Wheels, it's got that plastic backer board. Allows you to have little accessories in there. It comes with his battle axe, his shield, and his sword. I mean, check that out. And 2 little daggers. I mean, look at all those accessories. That's pretty dope, right? All for this little guy right here. So we got He-Man. You can see he's got his battle armor on right there, which is pretty dope. And it's a pretty good likeness to He-Man. And the sword, or the shield, does snap into the back right here as well. And he has full range of motion to hold the weapons. So it doesn't just hold him in one way and you can't really move his arm, but you could do full range of motion with that, which is pretty cool. So again, miniature He-Man. That's super dope. We also grabbed another mini. I basically grabbed one of each of my favorites from each line. So we're going to check out those right now. They have released some other ones that I didn't grab. I think they had like some Power Ranger ones, but I grabbed the Transformers, the Masters of the Universe, and the G.I. Joe. So, and then I have a couple other ones. Here is a stand for Optimus Prime. So Optimus Prime has forward motion on his arms, and that's about it. The head does not twist, but he also has this base, which helps him stand up as well. Let's check that out. There you go. So you got a little base to hold Optimus Prime, dropping him. So they have a little bit more accessories in with the Motu one, as you can see. And the next one we're going to check out, which is what I was talking about, is the G.I. Joe. This one has a little bit more accessories as well. So he has, what is this, Duke? This is Duke from G.I. Joe. Check this out. Duke comes with a stand, a hat, a backpack, and an M16. That's pretty dope, right? So, and that's all for this one little figure. Just like how He-Man kind of had a lot of them, they did the same thing for G.I. Joe, which is cool. So here is Duke right here. He has he does not have a side bend, but he does have it looks like there's like a hinge there, but it's not. His arms have forward momentum right there. Legs do not move, but he does have a spot there in the back for his backpack, and the head rotates on him as well. So pretty cool on that. Again, he could hold it. He could put his hat on. He could put his backpack on. He could hold his gun. So again, fully loaded in that regard. He-Man does come in a couple extra ones like the daggers, because again, you know, you can have the shield in one hand, the sword, and then you could have both daggers in each hand. He has the battle axe and the shield he could hold. But the G.I. Joe one came with some pretty cool accessories as well. The only one that didn't come with really anything was Optimus Prime, but they probably could have done something, maybe put a gun in his hand or something like that, because, you know, Optimus does have guns, and Transformers do have guns that they shoot, so, you know, it would have been practical for sure. One of the last ones that I want to talk about from the figure line is the addition of Battle Cat, which I think is pretty cool. So Battle Cat was added to the wave. I don't know if they have the full wave on. Yeah, see, they did have them on there. But the original one that I saw only had Skeletor, He-Man, and Teela. They didn't have Battle Cat on it. But then when they added Battle Cat, I was like, yep, we're going to grab that one too. So here's Battle Cat. And you can actually take the armor off. And it comes in this nice hard case as well. Let's get the blister pack out of there. A nice hard case as well for storage, which has that classic Motu look also. So, and it looks like you could take the helmet off, but I don't believe you could. Yeah, you can't really snap that part off. It doesn't really come off in regards to making him cringer, but you could definitely snap off the helmet. Let's see if He-Man actually fits on there. Hey, he does. Look at that. So He-Man actually will ride Battle Cat. So that's pretty dope, right? He's a little high. He's high riding, but he still was riding Battle Cat. So that's pretty cool. 2 miniatures coming together. Pretty dope on that. So again, Battle Cat is pretty dope. Another figure I think that's pretty neat to have in the collection as well. Next one I want to grab is the Skeletor. That is actually one that I am missing. I was not able to find that anywhere around here, and I guess I'll have to go to the reseller sites to find it for now, but that is one I definitely want to add before it gets like too far out there and sought after, if you would. So, all right, last thing on the list, my number 5 position for Super Impulse products. So a quick review here. First one we ended up starting off with was the Pac-Man. Then we went into the Hot Wheels. Then we went into the Glowworm. Then the figures, the retro figures, if you would. So lastly, we're going to talk about is their board games. So first actual board game that they actually put out, fully functional board game, was the Crocodile Dentist, which obviously, if you remember this from when you were a kid, this is like completely fully functional in regards to the teeth and exactly which one the trigger one is. Look at that. To get it down, and it changes every time, which is great, just like when you're a kid. See, look at that. So pretty dope on that, right? Again, I think it's neat. Yeah, look at that over there. So I think it's neat how they changed it every single time. But yeah, again, first fully functional board game. Then the second fully functional board game that they dropped was Uno. So Uno is actually a fully functional seal. This one's sealed, but a fully functional actual game. So it's got actual full Uno cards right here, full rules, everything, like ready to go. So here's the rules. I mean, straight up, like Uno cards, you just play them. They're smaller. And I thought these were always neat for travel. I mean, this would be a great way to travel with Uno versus having the full deck. You could just have this little box like this. And again, once they're out of here and they're put back in the box, you got yourself a full playable Uno. So it kind of evolved a little bit from more of a kid's board game to kind of a fully functional one. And on the sidelines, they made this Jumanji keychain, which was not a fully functional board game, but it kind of resembled one. So it was like making a miniature for the sake of making a miniature. But after, I ended up passing on that one. But after they did the Uno one, the next one that they ended up coming out with was something that was, it sparked my interest, that's for sure. Because it was the first fully functional world's smallest board game. And that was a Pictionary. So how crazy is this? Check this out. I don't want everything to fly out, so I'm going to open this. There we go. All right, so fully functional Pictionary. Check this out. So here's the board right here. It snaps in on the top. So that's the board. It folds out, fully functional right there. Again, you got your pieces. And then in here we have a sand timer. We have a pad to do the Pictionary stuff on. We have all of our Pictionary cue cards here, which is quite a few actually. Again, all the Pictionary cue cards, double-sided. We have 2 pencils, so you can have 2 players. And then we also have the movers and miniature dice. I mean, come on, how crazy is that? And it all fits in this nice plastic case, which is great for traveling again. It has a very nice latch to it, so it's not just going to pop open and all the stuff's going to fall out everywhere. So it has been evolving, and I did see that they just announced yesterday, which is one of the reasons that sparked me to do this video, was that they are actually going to be doing a world's smallest operation. So they're going to have an operation that they're dropping now too. So they're doing these world's smallest board games, which is really cool, and they have grabbed my interest yet again. But the last one I want to talk about is probably my favorite thing that Super Impulse has made, and they just announced yesterday as well that they're making a second version of this. Wow, let me talk about it. So we got world's smallest Magic the Gathering decks, dual decks. So they actually just announced they're going to do 2 more, two different characters, but this one is Jason Vrasco, which was from the first wave of these. And let's pop these open. You can see these Magic cards. Check this out. So it's a fully playable Magic deck. Again, you can play as Jace or Vraska. And let's pull these cards out, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, how sick these are. So they're fully readable. You can read everything that's on the card. There's Vraska the Unseen right there, your mythic. And then it also has all the other ones. They also still have, whether they're common, rare. Whoops, a little too close there. Rare. You can see Vraska's got the orange for the mythic. Whoop. And then you got some more rares, you know what I'm saying? Like, it actually has a legit, fully functional deck. What did we drop out of here? Acidic Slime. I mean, how insane is this? The only thing we need now is a miniature 20-sided dice for our counter, right? Yeah, I mean, this is just totally sick. I mean, look at your land. I mean, your basic land. So, again, my favorite one for sure is the Magic the Gathering decks. I think these are super neat. I love that they did this. This is super awesome. I'm glad they got the licensing for it, and they fit perfectly back in the box, and they close up. It's not something that's, like, kind of weird where you, like, awkwardly got to shove them in there and, you know, start bending the cards. Everything just kind of works with the Super Impulse toys, which is really nice. And I'm glad they started doing these miniature board games. It's something that I personally have an interest in. I like these miniature figurines. I think those are really cool. The mini arcades are awesome. They have a few varieties of these. I grabbed my favorite one, which was the Pac-Man one. And again, like the Hot Wheels, I mean, come on, they're hitting like all the genres. So definitely piquing my interest, and they grabbed me again with these board games. So why don't you let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of World's Smallest Toys, Super Impulse? What's your favorite toys that they have dropped? Do you have any of these? Do you collect them? Let me know all that down in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want more content like this, subscribe for more, because I do reviews every single day. So look out for that, and have a great rest of your day.